Welcome to the Force of Commander, the weekly web series dedicated to everything EDH. This episode, join me by flashing in a certain Bant legendary. I'm talking, of course, about Derevi.
Yay!
New cards! It's always the best when Wizards releases new toys for us Magic players. During the release of the Commander 2013 set, Wizards introduced 51 new cards to the game, legal in Vintage, Legacy, Pauper, and of course, Commander. While some of the new cards screamed Eternal play, there was one card that really stood out as a fantastic Commander. Derevi Empyrial Tactician is a 2/3 flyer for 3 mana, and if Bant color identity wasn't enough, Derevi also has a couple of very powerful abilities. His first ability says, whenever Derevi enters the battlefield or a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may tap or untap target permanent. The second ability is when things get a bit crazy. It says put Derevi onto the battlefield from the command zone, essentially giving him flash. If you follow me on Twitter, you would know that I've been raving about this guy, and it's all because of this ability. He gets around all counter magic people. Against blue-based decks, he's an uncounterable threat you can plop onto the board whenever you like. Wait, does this ability get around the 2 mana tax for casting your commander? You bet your ass it does. At 4 mana with flash, you will always have a reliable threat at your disposal. Card selection is easily the most fun part of the Commander format, but it can take sometimes forever to properly sculpt an EDH deck to your liking. Luckily for us magicians, Derevi makes this deck building process very simple. With access to spells like Geist, Plow, Sylvan Library, and Edric, all Derevi really needs to do is lead a deck of Bant good stuff. Keep in mind that Duel Commander is where Derevi really flies. The game plan is simple. To play the Battle of Attrition by laying down pressure with efficient beaters and keeping card advantage, all in conjunction with Derevi's alternate casting cost, will usually overwhelm any deck. With that being said, let's take a look at an example deck list made for Duel Commander. As you can see, this deck packs a punch, loaded with removal, counterspells, and powerful creatures. By highlighting the brute strength of the Bant color identity, this deck just shines with efficiency. As we look at this deck list, why don't we go over my top 5 cards for Derevi. To start this list off, let's go to number 5, with Cryptic Command. Once being called the best counterspell ever printed, Cryptic Command does almost anything you would ever need it to do. The card is super versatile and is perfect to tempo out your opponents. At the number 4 spot, I've got a pretty powerful creature, Geist of St. Traft. Now Geist is great in an awesome turn 3 play, able to provide some serious pressure. Not to mention the synergy with Derevi, able to tap down your opponent's blockers so Geist can get in for 6. At number 3 I have listed another creature, but with what she lacks in power, she makes up in utility. One of my all-time favorite cards, Stoneforge Mystic. With the ability to search for an equipment, sometimes arming up Derevi is enough to get the big W. For number 2, I've got Edric Spymaster of Trest. Recently banned in Duel Commander, Edric is one of the best cards you can play for tempo and card advantage. Most of the time, your opponent will just sit there until they can find a way to get rid of him, giving you time to load up your board and keep the pressure on your opponent. Finally, at number 1, I have one of the best green card drawing engines of all time. The old classic Sylvan Library, able to filter your draws each turn and really find any card you may need, given the current state of the game. Well, that's my top 5, guys. What do you guys think should be on the list? Let me know in the comments. In multiplayer, Derevi is indeed the fair deck at the table, but with the standard amount of combo kills, he can sometimes surprise your opponents. And if the game gets kinda grindy, Derevi can wield a sword pretty well. All in all, Derevi is a powerhouse who will never go away. I hope you guys are inspired to make your own deck and to really witness the strength of this new commander. What do you guys think about Derevi? You gonna give him a try? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys liked the video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for anything and everything Magic the Gathering. Also, be sure to take a look at the links down below for information on Duel Commander, the Derevi deck list, and more. Keep shuffling, Magic players, and I'll see you guys next time.